What's up, trainers, breeders, masters, and everything else in between? It is time for Pokemon GenLocke Challenge, the final leg of our GenLocke Challenge. For Generation 7, we're going with Pokemon Sun for this one. I know I said at the end of the Pokemon Y leg of the run that potentially that was the end and maybe we would do Generation 7. Wasn't sure about that, but we finally did do it. We finally went through it and we did do it, and this will be officially, you can hear it here first, we're not going to Generation 8. This will be the official last leg of the run. Win or lose, Generation 7 is where we're going to call it. So for those of you who don't know what a GenLocke is, look right over here. Here are the rules. Of course, the rules are as always, are in the description box down below. And yeah, without further ado, let's check in on all of our updates before we continue on our GenLocke journey. So let's go for it. And here we go. So for those of you who are unaware, we do have a point system going forward in our GenLocke challenge. As you can see from over here, completion means 1 point, Elite Four sweep is 2 points, and though we have most of the time been able to get all 3 points, sometimes we do falter. This time, not so much. In the Pokemon Y, we managed to sweep the Elite Four and we get 3 points to spend. And in this case, we decided to take our newest edition Tyrant. We decided on the egg move of Thunderfang towards Tyrant. We decided max happiness for Jerry, our Eevee. And also to give the egg move of Wish to same Pokemon, Eevee, our Jerry, going forward. So, yeah, those are all the new additions. The 3 points have been spent. And, yeah, this is the lineup you see before you. This is the graveyard of Pokemon that have sacrificed themselves to make it this far. And without further ado, let's just get underway with Pokemon Sun Generation 7, the last leg of this GenLocke run. Let's go. Alright, let's get underway here, and boom, baby. We are officially Skyping with our professor. Nowadays it would be FaceTiming because Skype is officially, I'm that old, I remember Skyping. But now it's FaceTiming. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Video calling, as it were. And our new professor is introducing us to the world of Pokemon. Wonderful. Wonderful. Not saying that it's not a good thing, just bringing up the fact that it is definitely a thing, you know. So now we take our Pokemon Professor introduction, we take it to heart, and we know that now we have to choose our avatar. Now, obviously, I'm a guy, so I'm going to go with the guy thing. I also chose a more, a darker complexion because even though I look pasty as hell right now, generally speaking, I'm a little bit, not as pasty white as, it's the lighting, but, I'm not as pasty white as a lot of my other friends and stuff like that, so I was trying to get as accurate to skin tone of myself as possible. So, yeah. Maybe it was a little too far one way, but it was certainly more than the lesser of the other way, you know. So, here we go. Once again, the avatar, at the end of the day, does the avatar really matter? No, not really. If I had chosen to play a girl, for example, you know, it would have been fine too, so. Speaking of girls, here comes Lily, running her heart out, trying to get where she's going. And successfully, maybe. Here we go. This is also not the Sun and Moon storybook either. This is just showcasing because of the title screen coming up and stuff like that. But yeah, we showcase a couple of scenes here and there. But obviously, if we had to showcase the entire storyline of Sun, this would be into the... we'd be making 10 videos, you know. And title card, Pokemon Sun, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, here we are meeting Lily. Alright. Another thing that bothers me is the wide-brimmed hat. Like a baseball hat should always have the curved thing. In my opinion, I've never worn a hat that had the wide brim idea. That's... I don't know if that's cultural appropriation or anything like that, but it's not for me. It's never been for me, and I don't think, yeah. I'm never gonna wear a hat like that, that's for sure. Here comes Hala. And boom. Cookie is there. The Cookie Professor. Cookie. Is that how you say his name? Cookie? Koki? Or Kookie? I'm gonna go with Kookie. Because he's the professor. He's the kook. He's the kooky. He's a kooky professor, you know. I have no idea actually how to say that name. Hala is much easier. He is definitely Hala. And he's gonna make us, or, well, we're gonna choose, he's gifting us our first starter Pokemon. So, we're gonna make this choice between the grass, fire, and water starter. Once again, this is all based on trainer ID. I doubt I'm going to show it, but it'll be chosen based on trainer ID. As per the rules that you can check in the comment section, or in the description, not the comment section, but the description down below. So I chose the water dog. That's fine. Obviously, we still have a full roster, so there's no rhyme or reason for choosing something necessarily better, quote-unquote. All starters are, generally speaking, quite high stats, very good, you know, sort of idea. And the fact of the matter is that, once again, we have the starter clause during our GenLocke challenge that you can check it down in the rules, meaning that at the end of a trainer ID, depending on if you have 1 to 3, you choose the grass, 4 to 6 is the fire, and 7 to 9 is the water. 0 is a choice of your own. Obviously, we either got a 7 to 9 or a 0, and we chose a little tiny water dog here. So, it is what it is, one way or another. And that is, we definitely need to still give a nickname, and it's going to be an obvious one. At first, if it was female, I was going to go with Ariel. Like, immediately, I was thinking Little Mermaid. And as a result of it being male, I thought of Neptune immediately. Ariel's father from The Little Mermaid, and I went Neptune. Very classic, very unoriginal, but it is what it is. And now we have How, our rival, one of our 2 rivals, who shows up and says, let's have a Pokemon battle, let's fucking go. And I'm sitting there like, alright, what do you got? Let's go, bro. Let's go. Come on. Show me what you got. Like, are you really gonna show me something, or are we just gonna play games here? Even Hollow's like, I expect no holds bars. Let's freaking go. So it's like, yeah. Let's go for it. Quick apology there. The FPS might be a little screwy, might be a little frizzy, due to the fact that I cannot, when I play, I do this on the Citra emulator, and sometimes depending on how it's going, like as you can tell right now, it's not so great. I can't control that. It happens, I can play for like 2 hours, and it's totally fine, frame rate is fine, and then sometimes it decides to jam up like this. There's no way for me to control that, and I'm not going to record, re-record, and do this over and over and over. So you guys have to suffer just like I suffered, you know what I mean? So there we go. And boom, we do defeat How on our first try. Alright. Cool. I mean, to be fair, he only had one Pokemon. We have several. There was no chance that anything bad was going to happen. But here's our first chance at a capture, and it's a Pika-Peck. Pika-Peck. Let's go, Eevee. Let's go, Jerry. Come on. Come on, baby. You can do what you do. Alright, Pika-Peck is definitely could turn into a valuable Pokemon. So, yeah, let's capture one. At the end of the day, it's good to capture as many Pokemon as you can in the Nuzlocke, because you never know what terrible things can happen. Like, 3/4 of this team could be wiped by, at this point we don't have gyms, but you know what I mean, like halfway through the game. And then we would have to build up from scratch. If we didn't choose to capture a bunch of Pokemon, we would be SOL. Because once again, if you run from an encounter, it still counts as the encounter. You don't get a chance to go back, right? And we call Pika-Peck Birdie after Gundam Seed, Kiriyamato, Birdie, etc. Looking like a birdie. It's all good, but just so we're clear, this is exactly what I'm talking about here, is that you need to definitely at all times have bench. Have a bench, have a roster, have a inventory of Pokemon readily available during any Nuzlocke challenge. Because, I mean, a straight critical hit and then a blunder on your part could mess up 2/3 of your party just like that. You know? So, we definitely take, even at this late stage of the game of the GenLocke, we take any opportunity to catch a Pokemon. And boom, now we're up against How again. Pichu this time, who decides to charm our Tyrant, which, I mean, now he's kind of not useless, but with the static and everything, it's like, nah, we're gonna switch out. Yeah, no. You're going to use Charm again anyway, so let's use a special attacker. So we have Ankelagon, we have Needle Boy, we have, yeah, that's pretty much it for special attackers. And we have Dragon Pulse, which is such a powerful move. Early stages of the game. And boom, did the critical hit matter? I'm not sure, but Pichu goes down. And then Caligon gets all that boost. Let's go. And learns a fire move, finally. It learns Ember. I shouldn't say finally, it's only level 7, but still. You know, so we finally get Ember. So we have a very niche moveset, definitely going forward. And instead of switching, of course, we have Ancient Power. So let's utilize it. Boom, critical hit definitely mattered for the maximum amount of damage. Attack following means nothing, and the Litten fire starter that How chose, we chose the fire starter obviously, or we chose the water starter, and for some reason How chooses the weaker one, and boom, we get a double level. Now we're up to level 9. Boosted experience is the thing. Is what it is. And now we've defeated How not once but twice. So yeah, let's go. I'm all for it. Like, this is a really good start. Nobody's lost anything. There's been no danger. And boom, of course, our happiness allowed Jerry to evolve easily into either an Espeon or an Umbreon. Alright. Okay, cool. And here we go. So, we now officially have an Umbreon. I mean, what else can I say? The best of the evolutions? The one who is going to carry us throughout this run? This leg? Absolutely. 100%. Because Umbreon is a wall. Umbreon is a tank. Umbreon has that special defense that just cannot be beat. So, but while we're doing all that, why don't we catch ourselves another wall? Let's go. Immediately, we're going for the Grimer. So, this is an Alola Grimer, which means Poison Dark, I believe, when, at the very least, when it evolves into Muck. So, Alola, Aloha Grimer is definitely a interesting Pokemon, but definitely has all the defensive stats that we're looking for in a solid wall. So let's go. Let's try to capture one. Get him down to the yellow. Alright. I've already taken the Poison Touch, so we might have to switch out. But we are going to throw a Pokeball at this point. And no dice. Probably gonna have to switch out and keep trying. It is what it is. Like, you don't want to give up on such a great opportunity, especially in a Nuzlocke for a Grimer. And we decide not to switch out and we throw another Pokeball. All right, and. Alright. Let's go then. Let's do it. We got the level ups, but that doesn't matter. We have potential for a Grimer. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that is a great addition. If anything were to happen to the roster down below, this is a fantastic addition to the team roster. Now what are we gonna call this might of a wall? The LGBT, of course. I mean, just look at Muck. There's two choices for names, either Rainbow or LGBT. There's no other name for an Aloha Muck. And I am proudly, not hopefully, because once again we don't want anybody here to die, but, you know. And now, looking back at the XY part, this is how my hair did look back then, as close as it could be. Blue eyes, tan skin, brown hair, shorter but styled, especially cropped to one side. So yeah, fair enough. This is what we were going for back then, right? And now this is where we decide to apparently fight the trial captain. Alright. Alright. Let's just stretch first. Alright. Let's go for it. A young goose versus Bossa Nova. Now, Bossa Nova has this in spades. Not even worried. We're gonna go for the water gun. We're going for rollout. Why would we do rollout? Rollout at this point, once again, is only utilized when we have a sure thing, but we cannot control the duration of rollout. So, okay. Attack is increasing, which is great, just like Rage. But I don't like the idea that we are now in this situation. We do defeat the Yongoose. Good, good. I'm kind of concerned. Why did I think rollout was the idea? And the Smeargle, okay. Normal type, he's gonna sketch and then he's gonna... So, straight up, I'm gonna say, did not expect the Smeargle, did not expect the Leafage, didn't expect to survive the Leafage, and did not expect to win based on a rollout because of stacked up power. That could have gone very wrong very quickly, and once again, we're doing the same thing here with Bossa Nova against a Magnemite. What the fuck am I doing? Granted, in this particular instance, we're trying to capture the Magnemite. I mean, at the end of the day, this roster is solid. But if we are so remiss into understanding that having the options of Magnemite and Grimer and, you know, other Pokemon, I mean, we do need these options in the worst case scenario that we screw up, right? Or critical hits happen. Critical hits happen, right? And lo and behold, we do inevitably catch the Magnemite. So, what does Magnemite tell us? He says, hey, register to the Pokedex. And we can call him. Once again, Magnemite is genderless, so we do have a fair amount of options, but we're gonna go with, for the Magneton thing, we're gonna go with Cerberus. Fair enough. Cerberus, good name. Good name for a Magnemite. Alright, let's go. And here we go into another one. We're just catching up. Whoa. Whoa. Makuhita? Are we doing this? Makuhita, if anything were to happen, Makuhita would be such a huge, pure, bulky fighting type. Depending on who we lose, this would be major. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Throw those Pokeballs. Let's go. Let's capture Makuhita. Yes! 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 Let's go. I am 100% behind this. Yep. Makuhita is an option. But on the bench is like a sublime option, like just waiting in the wings, ready for the opportunity to showcase, you know? And now we need to make a choice of like what Rocky movie villain are we gonna call? Hungu? What is the reference for Hungu? I obviously had a reference there. A manga character, a real life person. I have no idea. And boom, we run into a Growlithe, so we have to table the Hungu. What? Why fucking Hungu? We have to table that discussion because now we have a Growlithe. I do like the fact that we are going through this, even though it's the last leg of the run. We're making sure that we build up a bench for ourselves, an inventory, a whatever you want to call it, because if we do not do this and the worst should happen and we lose like 4 out of 6, we need viable options for the next battle. You know what I mean? So to choose or to refuse doing this makes no sense. And now I'm showcasing all of them, and boom, Growlithe is caught. Balto is, once again, it's either going to be Balto or Steel, 100%. There's a dog, it's what I do. I always call my dogs either Balto or Steel or something from the Balto films. And that, oh. Yeah. This was obviously before my wife left me. Is where this footage is from. So, Mateo was going to be the name of our son. Long, short. Let's move on and fight the totem Pokemon. Let's go. So, totem gumshoes. Well, you don't look like you got gum on your shoes to me. Let's do this. And it's Bossa Nova time. Alright. Let's go. Super Fang incoming does half damage, obviously, like Super Fang does. A little bit of water gun just to whet the appetite, shall we say. And a young goose appears. Now we have plenty of options. Good. We're definitely not rolling out on this one. Okay, why are we protecting? Going for the protect, maybe to see what they were gonna do. Bite and Leer. Back in the day, by the way, Leer and Tail Whip and stuff would bypass Protect. Not any longer, but I believe they used to. I could be wrong about that actually, but I do think that non-attacking moves bypass Protect back in the earlier gens. So we're going straight for Jerry here because what the fuck are they gonna do to him? He's got defense. He's so buffed up. Like he's the guy. So we're gonna tail it, or we're gonna wear them down, or we're gonna okay, look at that. Alright, we're trying to get rid of the ally Pokemon first. Interesting. Normally you try to get rid of the totem Pokemon first, because they can always call in another one, so and we're gonna take the Leer. Alright. Wish. Alright. We go for the pursuit on the young goose. Alright. Not against, once again, not hurting the totem Pokemon. We're going for the ally Pokemon. We eat a small Oranberry, it just heals us a little bit. 10 HP, no big deal. But the Wish definitely made, once again, dreams come true, right? So now we can go full force against Gumshoes, who goes for the Super Fang, once again does half. And we decide, yeah, we know what the game is at this point, so we're going to go for the Tail Whip. We're going to reduce that defensive buff that he already has. And then we're going to go for the Pursuit and see what happens, because, you know, Bite's not going to do anything. Nothing this Gumshoes does is going to do anything, but obviously we flinched. So the Pursuit didn't happen. Time to switch out, you know what I mean? Like, we have so many Pokemon waiting in the wings, and at this point we have him on the back. He's on the back pedal at this point. So Brute Root comes in, takes a hit, only 10 damage, but we can easily poison this thing. And the moment we poison it, it's game over. Goes for the Scary Face. The poison missed. Bite happens, another 10 down, flinching. It's not looking so hot anymore, and I'm thinking maybe we should have went for the Vine Whip, do a little bit of chip damage or something. And an Oranberry, of course, comes into play, and finally the poison does end up hitting. So that's what we're talking about, the poison ends up hitting. But immediately cured. And it's like, I did all that for nothing? Really? Really? So at this point, I just straight up go for the Vine Whip, which once again, would have ended this battle a long time ago. But now we have to play magical Pokemon roulette here, because I could have ended this, but because I was so set on playing it safe and trying to poison and trying to stall, none of it worked out. We get a Scary Face here and stuff like that, but Nidoboy is already here with a double kick, which none of this is gonna matter because boom, boom. Double kick was always gonna do almost or over half. Over half. Like, we have an amalgamation of leveling up happening right now because finally beat this bitch. But we could have done it so much more easily. I was just so scared of the totem Pokemon that I played it so safe to the point of actually overthinking it. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, that is what happens sometimes, and now we are in the position that we are in. And here we go. Time for the Digivolutions. Pokevolutions. That's right. Yu-Gi-Oh! Evolutions. And Caligon evolved into Caligon 2.0. And now Brute Root is going to become Fruit Root. The more badass looking version of Bulbasaur, the Ivysaur. Let's go. Honestly, my favorite of the whole line. Ivysaur. Yeah. And our shiny Nidoran. It's all grown up. Our baby boy. He's going up. Going up so fast. I mean, I don't know if I can take it. But he became a teenager in the sense of Nidorino. Let's goddamn go. Alright, so with all our newly evolved Pokemon, we're ready. We're ready to take on the final bout. Which would be Hala in this case. Right? Oh, but first, we need to claim a crystal we are forbidden from using in the GenLocke challenge. Let's go. Boom. Right? And now, oh. We fight how? Alright, another rival battle. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm always here for it. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Let's go, let's go. Against our beautiful little How with his Pikachu and his Litten. Dragon Pulse to nearly kill Pikachu. I mean, this is... I mean, I'm gonna showcase all the rival battles, but... I mean... just saying that I don't think it's worth my time to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This was not, and it's not about me being overpowered or overleveled, it's just the way it is. How is just not that dude. He is not that guy. Regardless whether this was a Nuzlocke or not, he's just not that guy. So now it's time to actually face the Hala. We technically have 4 bosses, more like, this is feeling much more Mafia Yakuza levels than gym leaders from the previous things, but this is our first stop. This is our first real stop. We're going to go up against Hala as our quote-unquote gym leader. So we have 1 to 2, 3 to 4. You know, we're just condensing it into a different model. So here we go. And we have some heavy hitters here on the team. There's no way we're going to lose, especially 3 Pokemon versus 6. It ain't going to happen. And Mankey, yeah. No, we got this. We got this. 100%. Alright, bring it out. Mankey, what's going to happen? We're gonna Ember right out of the gate. Yeah. Half damage, karate chop. That was a crit. By the way, that was a crit. It didn't even get us into the yellow. Ember, get rid of Mankey. There's no issues. There's no problem. Once again, we're not allowed to use Z crystals, by the way, and there are no Mega Stones. We are technically limiting ourselves. It's not my fault that we get boosted experience. And here we go, Makuhita. Not a bad, very good Pokemon. Fake out right away. Smart move. Flinch. We're gonna switch out, are we? Oh, we're gonna switch. Into Ivysaur, our Brute Root. Okay, alright. We took the sand attack. Alright, our accuracy fell. The one thing that we do not want to have happen. And of course, we go for the poison powder with accuracy falling twice. I mean, the fact that it hit, what the hell? That's amazing. That is arms in the air. What the hell? Right? Right? Like, seriously. That shit should not happen, but it did. And it's not really gonna matter in the grand scheme of things because so we switched out to Nita Boy. We go for the peck, we go for the high level damage super effective attack. We take the accuracy fall. We're hoping that the peck hits, and it does. Boom, Makuhita goes down regardless of the poison. It is what it is. Right? Alright. So, very, very cool. Very cool. Hala has no choice. He has to throw out his last Pokemon. A Crabrawler. He's there for the docks. He works for him, you know what I mean? You know, if you pay him, maybe he gives you a little bit of a slide, you know what I'm saying? And boom, boom, boom. No, not this guy. Going straight for the packs. We're doing super effective damage. We're taking the hits. But our defensive falling doesn't matter anything because we got this. We got this. Boom. Peck down, done like dinner, and oh, we just beat the Hala. We just beat our first Kahuna. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Season ourselves with that sweet sauce. Here it comes. Grand Trial. The first of 4 Grand Trials to complete. And here we go. There is nothing to complain about. So that was the first part of the 7th leg of this GenLocke challenge, Pokemon Sun. I'm hoping that all of you enjoyed it. Honestly, there was a lot of putting pieces together for this particular one because this has been long in the making, post 2023 at this point and stuff like that. So it was a lot of, you know, scrapping things together, old content meets new content, that kind of idea. But the fact of the matter is, I'm trying my best to make it happen, and I hope all of you manage to enjoy it for what it is. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we'll see all of you wonderful people back here next time for the second part of our Sun leg of our GenLocke challenge. The final leg of our GenLocke. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. Have a good one, everyone. Pokemon Masters, breeders, trainers, and everything else in between. We look forward to all of your comments, likes, and dislikes even in the comments down below. So thank you very much for your time. We'll see you back here next time. Have a good one. See ya.